All right, well, this is round one of the Hispanic Championship. 7F and 8 bits in a best of 9 series coming up. This is the first round, and it's going to be, like we had said, one of the best teams in the world in 7F, and 8 bits is coming out as the best team the Spanish community has to offer. And let's see how this plays out. 7F rolling out with an Object 140, a Bat Chat, a TVP, 3 IS7s, and a 113. You want to call out 8 bits for me there, B?
Then you have 8. Yep, you have 8 bits rolling out of an Object 140, an STB1, a Centurion Action 10, a TVP, an IS7, and a pair of E5s.
Right out of the gate here, we've got 7F hitting the cap.
8 bits taking the hill with force. So they got the 3 mediums on the hill, which can put shots, 4 mediums nearly on the hill, to put shots down on their IS7s. Then they've got the TVP and the 140 sat back at their base, looking to stop their mediums from trying to flank from the hill, it looks like.
Interesting setup. We've got, say, 8 bits took the hill. 7F is in that little nice tucked in area that's difficult to hit from on top of the hill. And they've also got the 2 mediums in the far back, keeping these tanks up top honest. Damage is
and there goes Kaiser and his back chat.
That TVP just puts shots out so fast. Jokers gets ammo racked. Kaiser's already down.
Batchat didn't get many shots away. Looks like he put most of it into that E5 and IS7 that's sat in the cap. And here comes the TVP 140 rush on the hill, undetected.
Yeah, they're gonna come in on Neo
They're
Beater.
gonna take out that TVP in Action 10. There they are. My guess is they're running the 140 with the TVP to cover him while he's reloading. Yeah, there he goes, he's on the reload now. But here comes the counter from 8 bits with the SCB-1 and the Object 140 pushing back up the hill to retake it.
Been a back and forth trade here. The damage spread has come within 3%, and 8 bits has a 1-gun advantage, but that's been evened off. Oh, and they pull ahead with a 1-gun advantage again.
Oh, it's back
the Object
again.
140 comes down off the hill and takes out the Action X as he's sliding.
That TVP is going to try and clip out that 140. No.
The STB comes and
There comes the STB-1 and takes him out.
7F is down to 2 tanks here. 8 bits is coming out of the gate strong in round 1.
Yeah, they still got that STB-1 on 4 health. There goes Rupture's ammo rack.
Rupture gets hit in the ammo rack again. Takes out the IS-7.
Those 2 mediums just going to out-DPM him now from behind.
And 8 bits comes out in round 1. Take an early lead. One nothing 8 bits. Go through the damage real quick.
So here we go down 8 bits damage. You got the TVP rolling out with 1800. Not bad for a medium tank in this kind of matchup. You got the Centurion Action 10 bringing out 2.5k damage. The E5 bringing out 1500. The IS7 bringing out 1800, which isn't too bad for that. Then you have the STB-1 pulling out 2.2. And the other E5 pulling out 3k, which is nice figures you want to see from a heavy tank in this kind of lineup. The Object 140 pulling out 1600.
Surprising to see on 7F side, the Bat Chat only firing one shot, not landing it, and getting taken down early. He got hit 5 times for his full health. Ruptured Ninja had a hell of a game with 4,300 damage dealt. So now with this, in this series, in this tournament, each team goes back and forth. We don't replay the same map twice. Each team goes back and forth picking a map and a spawn. So this was 8-bits map pick and spawn pick. Now 7F gets to make a map pick and a spawn pick. So let's see what they decide to go with. All right. So here we go. This is round 2. 7F has chosen Cliff, and they've chosen the right spawn, the north side.
North spawn.
Rolling out in the blue. Eight bits is coming straight into the valley here, straight for the gut. 7F.
Yes.
Not. The 2 Bat Chats loaded
No, they're
and coming up top already.
The Bat Chats are going to struggle here because they're not going to be able to get shots down on that big cluster of tanks there, are they?
Nope. 7F detects the Bat Chat as he scoots along the edge there and gets the majority of the 7F tanks lit up. Now they're coming around the corner there.
And then you see Joker's here pulling up some mountain climbing skills in his IS-7 to get up to the top without being detected. And there they are, the Bat Chats are spotted by the IS-7. They're both going to push the lighthouse. Got 8 bits putting some cap pressure on 7F. Eight bits do have the health pool advantage. They just pulled it back to 7F. Just pulled it back. Seven F pulling out some nice focus fire down here by the cap circle.
7F is pulled ahead here, 1 tank and 10% damage lead.
And here come the Bat Chats in to support those heavy tanks. That TVP and IS-7 up the top are going to have to push in soon to help, else these heavies down the bottom will get swamped by the 2 clips of the 2 Bat Chats. Here you go with the TVP climbing up the hill behind to get some shots in. The IS-7 is pushing in now. He's going to take out that Centurion. Most likely. Yep, there goes down. 7F of them now have the 2 tank advantage. And the health pool advantage over 8 bits. Pull it back to 3 tanks now. Seven F's Bat Chats on the reload, so is their TVP.
EK Gaming's has climbed right up and over that little hill in the middle. I still haven't figured out how they do that, but they always seem to get a tank up there.
You usually see Bat Chats pulled up there. And there you go, EK trying to get the dive kill on that object 140. And there you go, 7F pull it off, 7-1.
Chalk up another win.
So 7F evens it up
So running
with
down the
a near
damage.
perfect round against 8 bits there to tie the game at one round apiece in this best of 9 series.
So you have 7F pulling some nice figures across all their tanks. Fortunately for Kaiser, only pulling 800 in his chieftain, even though he only fired 11 shots. Bit disappointing now, some would say. Got the TV P pulling 1500, the Batchat pulling 1200, one of the E5s on 7F pulling 3.3. Not bad for any in this kind of matchup either. You got one of the IS7s pulling 2.8, one of the other IS7s pulling 2.7, and one pulling a mere 1.6.
Going into round 3, they split the first 2 rounds. Both teams won on their mapped selections. And now we're back to 8 bits choice. 7F in the red, 8 bits in the blue. Getting there. 8 bits heading straight into the forest. 7F moving that way too.
You got 7Fs heading straight down the middle. Those Batchats are going to be a bit of a surprise when they spot.
They did this move against UNL today from the south side. They came straight at them and caught UNL off guard. They've.
But here comes the reaction from 8 bits.
7F has all their tanks situated here on that center.
They're going to focus down that E5 first now. By the looks of it. Or the E4. The E4 is probably their biggest threat here.
I think the E5 managed to get himself behind the building. He'll be safe for now.
Yeah, and those 2 Batchats have peeled off now. "7F holding this slight health pool advantage over 8 bits, but not by a lot. "7F's mediums reacting to the possible push from the Batchat and the TVP.
They've got themselves in the position here, and you're gonna see the patient game of 7F play out here.
You have Jokers over in the forest pulling out a flanking move.
Edging ahead in damage. They're exchanging shots, and Faint Pup has taken the brunt of it. That E4 is a deadly target they don't want landing any hits against them. 8 bits has sounded the siren. They didn't stay on the cap, but they sounded the siren.
You would have thought that by now they would have started to put a bit more cap pressure on, knowing that most of 7F's forces over in the Magic Forest.
They do have radio beater just got hit like 3 times. Lost a large amount of health. They have 3 over there that could pile on that cap real quickly, but 7F has sent 2 tanks over here. And although 8-Bits has the overmatch, they have the health advantage over here. That chat's going 1v1. 8 gamers. Two gaming brothers on a reload.
Bat chat's now on his reload. The E4 over on the other side of the map's taking a hell of a beating. So is their E5. They still got an E5 and 4 health though.
Oh.
But here comes the push from 7F. They've all rotated and now pushing.
8-Bits is
And
chasing
there goes the
those
E4.
tanks from the rear. They're gonna pinch in from 2 sides here. I think it's too little too late with the health advantage that 7F has claimed, and now a 2-gun advantage as well. So
7F definitely has definitely spread the damage evenly over their tanks.
7F has the choice here to either take the overmatch in the front or take the overmatch in the back.
8-Bits have got a lot of tanks on one-shots now. Their TVP and their Batchat both one-shots for the IS-7s. And the Centurion and there.
The E5 here is the only one with substantial health remaining for 8-Bits. Kaiser's going in for the kill on him. Kaiser still just took his first damage there, so he can go shot for
Kaiser
shot
having a ball.
and come out ahead. Jokers takes him out, and the Batchat fell as well. There goes the TVP, and round 3
Now that's how you do it.
goes to 7F.
So here we go down to 7F's damage. You have the STB1 pulling out 2.1k damage. You have the Batchat pulling out 2.7k damage. One of the chieftains pulling out 2.1. The other chieftain pulling out just over 1k. One of the IS-7s pulling a mere 502. That's probably a very lucky high roll there. You have Jokers in his IS-7 pulling out 3.5k, and then Ruptured Ninja pulling out 2.4k with 3 kills.
Nice damage spread by the 7F team there.
Yes.
The chieftain, Dioncia, I'm sorry, pronouncing these Spanish names. I've been avoiding it most of the evening, but the chieftain there, getting close to 2,500 damage, the only one to really put substantial damage on the board for 8-Bits during this round. They've got to get some more damage dealt in these rounds to come, or else 7F is gonna continue to mop them up.
The E4 on that in 8 for 8-Bits pulling peanuts. Really.
We're going into round 4. 7F has chosen Himmelsdorf.
Cap circle.
Cap circle's down on the
And the cap circle looks to be, yeah, the tracks. Now with 7F holding the heavy tick advantage, there you could see maybe 3 possible strats here. Them either pushing for the cap circle straight away, pushing over the hill, over the castle, or cutting back just down the hill, then pushing all through the banana road. And either team are both viable strats.
7F heading straight down the hill.
Same with 8-bits, they're pushing straight down the hill.
They've got the ziggy-zag side, though. Some of them taking that route.
It's going to be quite interesting to see how those two E4s
One of the IS-7s heading down
clash.
G-line. Might get detected here. Nope. Oh, yep, yeah, he does. Through the center there.
Yeah, detected by the E4.
The Object 140s make it to cap first. Ooh, Memo Durant takes a ammo rack, and Yancia gets tracked on the cap circle. Commodius is on the reload, so
That's the trouble with the cap circle down on this part of the map. It's very, very open with just that building to hide for cover.
Sirens wailing. Two cappers get it down to a minute.
Then you can expect 7F to be firing either heat or HE to try and damage modules to reset that cap. And there's the 50B. And then the cap reset from 7F.
I feel like the siren wailing is much louder than it generally is on my end here.
Now you got 7F's E4 going into the railway shed. Possibly get a hold down and put some devastating shots into those 140s that are sat in the cap circle.
One of the 140s goes down.
140s.
The other one's still getting hit in the track, so he's not holding those cap points that they were hoping he'd be able to hold on to. He's almost out too. 7F has just held on. They're sitting with 90% health. No guns lost. No one's even close to.
The trouble is with the position of that 140.
They have plenty of time to deal
Yeah,
with
that 140 is in.
Faint pop gets set on fire. He's gonna burn out. No extinguisher. Oh, he does get it put out, but gets taken out by EK Games. Regardless. 8-bits feeling the pressure here. 7F is double their health, more than double their health with a 2-gun advantage. Another tank goes down.
And here comes the flank from Jokers.
He's heading in through the middle. He's going to take out Jeff.
7F is
Kaiser's
now
pushes
focusing their
through
pushes.
the free line. They're just squeezing them down now. Jokers comes around the corner. No, he waits at the corner. Takes out Jeff.
Ooh. But takes a big hit from the E4.
Wolf C coming in too. Takes a big hit from Tundra, but
Both taking big hits.
2 guns on one, and he is the last tank remaining, so he doesn't stand much of a chance. Even if he reloads.
And down he goes, 7F.
7F taking round
We did
4.
it! We won!
In a 7-0 defeat. Well, victory for them, defeat for 8-bits.
That puts them up 3 rounds to 1 after 4 rounds. 7F spreading the damage out as usual. The 50B getting 2,500 damage, 2,300 from the E100. The E4 and the E5, 2,800 and 2,600. Ruptured Ninja in the IS7, 11 shots fired. Only 3 hits and 1 pen though. That must have been one of the resets. Or no, it would have been a kill shot because he's got 1 kill. 2 Gaming Brothers in the IS7 getting 1,400, and Jokers leading the team with just shy of 3,400 damage. On the 7F side, or sorry, on the 8-bit side, everyone dealing a little bit of damage, just not enough damage. Tundra in the E4, 4 for 4 for 3. One of the shots did not pen, but that's 2,500 damage from 3 pens. That's pretty good rolls. But the rush the cap tactic was not successful by 8-bits. Going into round 5, 8-bits gets to choose their map now. So let's see what they choose. We're going into round 5. 8-bits chose Prokhorovka. Also chosen the left spawn of the training room. Putting them on the north side of the map.
So you have 8-bits rolling out a 140, a Centurion Action 10, a Batchat, a Kranwagen, and 3 Chieftains.
7F countering that with 3 IS7s, 2 Chieftains, 113, and a Batchat. Oh. So I'd like to see the Kranwagen. You know, I looked it up and it literally translates crane wagon in English, Swedish to English. I guess it was the code name of the project, and just because it never really became a real tank in real life. It was a project that never officially got completed. World of Tanks has, as they've done with other tanks, used the code name tank in the game, so it's the crane wagon. 8-bits has their chieftains here on the bowl. 7F has sent all their tanks into that back corner. Around 8-bits posted up on the hill.
That is a very peculiar
7F
strategy.
is way back there.
But then they might be trying to bait 8-bits out.
They must know the
by
view range
thinking.
and distances here quite well. You know that 7F does their homework. They know exactly where to position and what areas to move through to stay undetected. They all focus fire on Neo Beater Jeff there, and he's down to half health. And quick volley. The next volley goes up into the Action X. He's down to about a quarter health. F's moving up the one line here. In force. They've already got a 15% health
8-bit.
advantage.
8-bit's main problem here is that they're very, very spread out, whereas 7F are all in that kind of one area where they can all have all their guns come to bear on that one target.
Well,
that I expect a quarters call in.
it looks like they let 8-bits take that bowl area intentionally, and then they've proceeded to just spread out down the one line here, and 7F has got tanks all the way from B to the J along this 1-2 line. Now you're going to get cross shots from the north, shots in from the south, and 8-bits is adjusting and going after the tanks that have extended themselves north here. UK Games takes out Jeff. Bat chat goes down for 7F. Didn't catch who got that kill, but
It looked to be the Centurion. It did. It was that. He damaged his ammo rack in the process.
Ruptured Ninja's gone all the way up to the A2 spot here. It's almost as if he's trying to pull the 8-bits guys towards him so his teammates can get shots while they chase him. Paint Pup went all the way up to the gauge. He's getting shot at. A little wooden building hit. And there's the shot from teammates protecting Ninja. I don't really like the way they've spread out there. 7F is spread out, but all of their tanks are behind hill covers. Tundra takes a few hits there and down to one shot. The Chieftain goes over the edge there and they all just focus fired him. 7F is positioned up and they're just patiently looking for mistakes, looking for free shots, and whittling down 8-bits one by one. 8-bits is down to 13% health. Between the 4 remaining tanks. It's not a lot of health to share between 4 tanks. Chieftain gets ammo racked, and Paint Pup goes down. 3 tanks, 3%. 2 go down instantaneously, and the final one, who didn't even register a percent of health when he died,
Best job I ever had.
falls, and 7F takes round 5 and a 4-1 lead, putting 8-bits in an elimination position. Best of 9. It equates to a 5-win victory. So 7F only needs to win one more round, and 8-bits has to go on a 4-game win streak against 7F in order to take this championship series. 7F here, as usual, spreading out the damage. K-Gaming's the only one not breaking 1,000 in his bat chat, but I mean, you can't always be up there on top. They always do such a good job of spreading their tanks out, getting crossfires. I mean, there's a difference between spreading out your tanks and not supporting each other, and spreading out your tanks and having crossfire shots that are all supporting each other, as so if somebody makes a push on one tank, the other 6 tanks are shooting at that tank that's making a push on you. And 7F just perfects that time and time again. 8-bits not getting the damage out there. 3 tanks breaking 1,000 damage, but 4 tanks not even getting 500 damage. One of which goose egging. So 8-bits is feeling the pressure here from 7F as they have been put into an elimination position. And it's 7F's map choice coming up next for round 6. All right, we are going into round 6. 7F has chosen Fisherman's Bay. Best of 9 series. So 7F only needs one more round win to take this series. And with that, the championship of the Hispanic League season tournament thing that we are streaming.
It'll be very interesting to see whether the field gets dominated or all the action happens in the town.
7F has the north spawn by choice. Remove it.
And yet, like every game they've played this evening, they are completely ignoring that cap circle.
Paid off for them. Ooh, Asmodeus takes a hit from I don't even know where. They're out of range. Bits forming up along their side of the middle here. 7F is all headed to the B1 line corner, except for the 2 chieftains who have positioned opposite the 8-bits players in the middle. Bits has a bat chat that's going to find himself in the company
Biting
of
a little bit more than he can chew on.
In the company of more 7F players than he'll want to. He bugs out, he's gone. But 7F continues to move up the 1 line. 8-bits, recognizing that 7F has completely positioned over there on that side of the map, and they're dogpiling that base. I think that's a smart choice by them. Usually you don't want to dogpile a base against a team like 7F because they always have a cap reset plan. But I mean, they've got all 7 tanks here. If they can bury 2 or 3 of those tanks on the backside behind these buildings or somewhere in there, it's going to force 7F to get light on them. 2 of the mediums going over here to intercept Asmodeus, so he can't get side shots either.
You can expect 7F to be focusing down single players now.
Shots coming from all directions. Asmodeus is up over on the top side there. Kelly up on this side. Jeff gets ammo rack and tracked.
The back chat's trying to put side shots in.
Somehow the reset happened. Unless they just moved off the base.
No, one of the 5s left the cap circle with less than 30 seconds on the clock.
Pup gets hit while he gets on the cap. The chieftain's holding the majority of the points there. Jokers is coming around to get a side shot. He's going to get there in time. Lands it. There goes
Centurion and the back chat are rotating towards Kaiser.
And with that reset, and then the reset, and then the next reset, 8-bits is not going to hold on to this cap, and they're already 2 guns down and less than half health in respect to 7F. 7F goes up another tank. They're up 4 tanks, and 8-bits, just like that, is being pushed up against the ropes. Joker goes in to finish up. Oh, he gets set on fire. Chris Goose is like, nope, you're on fire. But Joker's is gonna put it out and survive
Chalk
to
up another win.
win a 7-0 round 6 against 8 bits, giving themselves the 5-1 victory. So after coming out of the round,
7F pulling some nice.
after coming out of the gate with the first win of this series, 8 bits won the first round, and after winning that first round, 7F said, nope, not today. We're going to win 5 straight, and they've taken this series 5-1. So call that damage out there for me, B.
So you have 7F. You got the 50B pulling 2.2k. The Bat Chat pulling 18k. You got the Chieftain pulling 27k. You got the other Chieftain pulling 2.5. You got one of the IS7s pulling 2.4. The other two IS7s pulling 1.4 and 1.5 respectively. And then we go and look at 8 bits. Where do I start? You got the Centurion Action 10 and the IS7 both pulling 0. One IS7 barely breaking 1,000 damage. Same with the Bat Chat barely breaking 1,000 damage. Then you have that E5 pulling 1,200. The Object 140 pulling nearly 2,000 damage. And then the Dead Chieftain pulling 2.2. Not really sharing much damage out there for 8 bits compared to 7F.
So with that, the Hispanic season has completed with 7F victorious and taking the championship 5-1 against 8 bits.